All right, welcome guys. My name is Lauren here with Taylor from Symmetry, and we are going through 3 stress busting tools for busy professionals today. We help busy people like you take back control of your life so that you have more time, more energy, and less stress. So we really want you guys to walk away today with some actionable things that you can start putting into practice right away. And then, of course, at the end, we'll share some more options for how you can work with us. As busy professionals, I'll say a self-proclaimed high achiever, recovering type A overachiever. I definitely, before working with Symmetry and starting on this practice myself, was super stressed, overwhelmed. I, tried all the things, but just wasn't kind of gaining the traction that I wanted to. So we know that probably some of you are on this same trajectory. So still struggling with stress, anxiety, overwhelm, and just like there's a missing link where you can't seem to get the pieces to put together. So, our clients have told us things like, I have a high stress job with high stakes. They're exhausted from stress, anxiety, lack of control over reactions. That's something we hear a lot. Living in survival mode, letting stress and anxiety take over, not letting you enjoy the little things and what little wins in life. Sometimes couldn't even manage to be around people. So we know that you guys want to do your best. We know you're tired of reacting, like kind of having that gut reaction and not really being able to respond. And you probably yearn to be less overwhelmed. So hopefully today you'll be able to put these things right into practice. So the 3 things we're going to go over today are using your breath as our number 1 tool, getting your steps in, so daily movement, and starting your day intentionally. For our number 1 reason or way to eliminate stress is using your breath. So you can start just right now checking into your breath, and you can kind of close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, or just kind of take your gaze internally and just check into your breath. Notice how you're breathing. Are you breathing in through the nose or through the mouth? Is it more up into the chest, or are you using your belly and your ribs? Can you feel the expansion? Is it easy, or is it kind of hard to draw a breath in? So just starting with an easy check-in with your breath can really give you some insight into what's going on with your state. And we know that breath is the remote control. So really we focus on breathing for the state that you want. We can use a slower exhale to start to calm the nervous system down, kind of tell the body like, I'm okay, you're okay. It's not always like this very reactive fight or flight that we have to stay in. Pre-modern society, we were running from lions, and that's what would send us into that more fight or flight state. But now an email, traffic, a fight with a coworker or loved one can kind of send us into that fight or flight state. So we can use the breath to dial down, or on the other side, give us a little kick of energy instead of a cup of coffee in the afternoon if we need it. So how do we do this? We can use the breath to really take back control of your life with just 5 minutes per day. And this is from a recent study. 5 minutes per day, learned with human guidance, so learning from a real person, uninterrupted, so a consistent 5 minutes, and practiced regularly. Consistency is really key here. It's unrealistic that you're able to pull a tool out when you really need it if you're not practicing it on a daily basis. Like if you get stuck in a big traffic jam or somebody cuts you off and you kind of have to swerve, if you're not practicing these things on a daily basis, it's going to be really hard for you in the moment to recognize what your body's telling you and be able to calm down. So again, kind of find an easy seat, or you can come down onto your backs wherever you are. And again, just start to notice your breath. Is it fast or slow? Shallow or easy? And if you're not already, start to take inhales and exhales through the nose. And If you're comfortable, you can take one hand to the belly, one hand to the chest, and see if you can direct your breath to the belly. On your inhale, feel the belly push into the hand. And on your exhale, feel the belly fall away from the hand. Depending on how you're sitting, you might feel the ribs expand, pushing into a chair or the floor. Really starting to direct the breath lower. In through the nose, out through the nose. And we'll start with a couple reset breaths. So it'll be 2 strong inhales through the nose and then a strong exhale through the mouth, kind of pushing the air out. So a couple like that. One more. Blowing the exhale strongly out. Then go in through the nose and out through the nose. 2 more like that. Just easy in and easy out. And after your exhale, breathe in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out for 5, 2, 1. In for 5, 2, 1. Out for 5, 2, 1. In through the nose for 5, 2, 1. Out for 5, 2, 1. Keep going on your own. In through the nose and out through the nose. Just slowing down the breath, bringing us to this optimal rate of breathing in for 5 and out for 5. The mind starts to wander, just continually bring it back to the breath. Slowly in for 5 and slowly out for 5. Take them out 2 more rounds, just like this, in for 5 and out for 5. And after your last round, exhale your air wherever you are. Breathe in for 5, 3, 2, 1. Pause for 5, 2, 1. Out for 8. Slowing it down. 2, 1. Pause for 3, 2, 1. In for 5, 2, 1. Pause for 5, 2, 1. Out for 8, 3, 2, 1. Pause for 3, 2, 1. Breathe in for 5. Pause for 5. Breathe out for 8, 3, 2, 1. Pause for 3. One more round. In for 5, 2, 1. Pause for 5. Out for 8. 2, 1. Pause for 3, 2, 1. And let the breath come back in natural and relaxed. Not worrying about a count. Letting the breath flow where it wants to flow. And as we finish up this breath session, see if anything has changed, whether it's the ease of the breath in the body, your mental state. Do you notice any changes in your heartbeat or any other physical sensations? Whenever you're ready, you can bring some movement to your fingers, your toes, and flutter the eyes open, just kind of checking back in. All right, I hope everybody's feeling kind of calm and grounded, even, balanced. Kind of to recap the breath portion of our first point of using your breath. Really learning from someone in particular is important. We can watch for proper breathing mechanics, give you tools that are specifically for you to figure out, hey, what do I need in this moment, and help guide you. Not only that, there's accountability, but there's a reason why we've all done different coaching things, whether it's in sports, gym classes, or working with a coach in a group or one-on-one setting, is that we help and we're here to help you guys. So again, we'll have some more time for questions at the end, but for our second point, our second stress busting tip, get your steps in. Most of you have probably heard movement is medicine, and there are actually studies that have shown taking an average of 8.2 thousand steps per day drastically decreases the risk of chronic diseases like sleep apnea, major depressive disorder, hypertension, obesity, I think all-cause mortality as well. So really just getting movement in can be a really big game changer. We've seen a lot of clients who are, big time athletes who, have a day job. So they're sitting at a desk all day and they get 1 hour of movement in a day. So their step count often is way lower than this. So really just bumping up even something like a step count, getting out for a walk first thing in the morning or after dinner, can be really impactful. So getting movement in is hugely important. And again, like throughout the day. So even if it's walking around the house or the office building, like every hour, can make a big difference. Taking the stairs instead of the elevator, parking a little bit farther away just to get some extra steps. And then our last point, number 3, our number 3 tip, stress buster, is starting your day intentionally. So starting your day on your terms. This was huge for me personally. Going from not looking at my phone for the first 30 minutes of the day versus before my feet even hit the floor, getting into work emails, texts, social media, anything like that. And like right away, my day was already out of my control. So starting the day on your terms, and 30 minutes either could sound like a really long time to you or like no time at all. But either way, just taking 30 minutes first thing in the morning, whether you're getting up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., like probably even if you're checking emails that early, you're not actually doing anything about them until later anyway. So you can either give yourself some time and space, or you can kind of start on the overthinking, overanalyzing, kind of the rat race of what's happening for the day, instead of giving yourself a little bit of peace in first thing in the morning. And with that, what we really like to tell our clients is stacking habits. So, if you put your phone away or even don't have it in the bedroom and you get outside, so you get morning sunlight, maybe you're moving at the same time or taking a journal out there or doing, your 5 minutes of breathing, guided breathing in the morning. stacking these habits can be a really impactful way of doing a lot in very little time without having to kind of have a 3-hour morning routine and overhaul your entire life. So it's possible, just in tiny little increments, you can make really big change. Our key takeaways: we can use a breath to change our mental and physical state, so we can really breathe for the state that we want. We use the transitions in the day to come back to the breath and recenter and reset as needed. So it doesn't have to be this big 20-30 minute sit down breath session. You can focus on your breath when you're driving to the gym, the grocery store, when you're walking to work, when you're waiting for the shower to warm up. Just any little in between moments of your day, we call them like the transitions in your day. You can use that time to check into your breath, which will really, like I said earlier, kind of give you a clue as to how you're feeling, what your state is, and it gives you a chance to really reset and use the breath to either calm back down or, ramp up if you need a little bit of that. Get your 8,000 steps in per day. Bonus points if they're outside, then you're getting morning sunlight. There's a lot of science behind, getting bare feet in the grass, that kind of thing, to help get you grounded and centered. And then finally, no phone for the first 30 minutes of the day. Giving yourself intentional space and time to start the day on your terms makes a really big difference. We see it for our clients and we see it in our own lives as well. So here is a little recap of some of the breathing protocols that you guys went through earlier. You can screenshot this if you'd like. A moment of pause. This is our in for 5, out for 5. Basically putting one hand on your other hand and tracing the finger up the thumb on your inhale and then back down to the base of the palm on the exhale. And doing that for all 5 fingers not only kind of gets you hand on body. So you're like, okay, I'm here, I'm present, I am in the present moment, but then it allows you to also slow your breath down. So really bringing you back and grounding you in that way. Our golden breath is what we like to call it too, the unwind from work. So this was the in for 5, pause for 5, out for 8, and hold for 3. We know that a slower exhale in particular helps to calm down the nervous system. So anytime that you're feeling stressed, if you can calm down by slowing the exhale down, and sometimes it's hard to get the breath under control. So instead of going out through the nose, you can also go out through like pursed lips, like a kind of breath, like you're blowing through a straw. That can help to get it under control. Also helps to let you lengthen out the exhale, which brings us also to our SOS reset. That's what we started with. 2 short inhales through the nose and then out of the mouth, a powerful exhale out of the mouth. So again, that forceful exhale out of the mouth helps us also to get the breath under control, helps to just meet your nervous system where it is. I like to say, if you're ever talking to somebody and you're like really wound up, really mad or frustrated, whatever it is, if they tell you just like calm down, relax, like, has that ever helped anyone? Like, probably not, right? Like you kind of just get a little bit more ramped up. So similarly, if you were really upset or really anxious, or your heart was pounding, breath was really shallow, like shaking, sweating, whatever it is, or just super nervous for a presentation you're about to give, a meeting you're going into, whatever it is, if I was like, yeah, cool, just take a couple really slow inhales and exhales, you might not be able to, that might not be in the cards for you in that moment. So starting with this SOS reset breath tells the body, tells the nervous system, like, okay, we can calm down, like lets you get a hold of the breath in order to then start to slow it down. So that place, it's a great place to start. Like I mentioned earlier, or take you guys through a couple ways that you can work with us and reasons why it's great. We love helping people find more time, more energy, and have less stress. It's what Taylor and I are really passionate about and brings us a lot of joy to help you guys. So by working with us, you guys will get actionable tools with which to do your best in all facets of life. You can stay present, have better relationships with others and with yourself. Not only that, but learn how to live a healthier life with more energy, more time, and less stress. If you are not ready to commit to small daily habits that will change your life, to invest in yourself, your relationships, and your life, to be part of a group of like-minded individuals ready to live the life that you want, this is probably not for you right now, and that's totally okay. Like, we hope that you walk away with the tools that we gave you today, and you can put them into practice right away. And hopefully learn a little bit more about the breath and how you can use it intentionally. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out. We appreciate you guys being here. So if you are ready, you can have some results like these guys. And we'd love to work with you or talk to you to make sure it's the right fit. So if you are ready to really change your life, put the work in to invest yourself, to surround yourself with a supported group eager for transformation, to be able to stay calm throughout the ups and downs in life and have more time, more energy, and less stress, we would love to chat. But yeah, you can hit the QR code, and we'd love to set up a call. If some of the times don't work, you can also email us here, find us on Instagram. And we also have a free ebook that we'd love to send you guys if you're interested. So hit us up and we can get that for you. Taylor, do you want to jump in?
Thank you, Lauren. First off, an hour ago, Lauren had no idea that she was about to have to do this. She helped put the presentation together and knows this material well, but computer difficulties and technical difficulties happened and I was shut out. So I think that's just a testament to being able to stay controlled under stress, because life is chaos, so being able to handle the chaos of life, that's when you can perform well. And just wanted to thank her for stepping in when my computer just went completely crazy.